Are you ready to see the best MMORPG on 2025 that 100% has an English version? Which means we all can enjoy the game now and I have combined with the upcoming one, and also the game has released globally but always get an update consistently by the developers. Which is that good news for the player who is playing this game right now or for a player who want to start playing. Most of the game is available on the Play Store and also App Store. Remember to like this video and please enjoy the video of Top 10 Best MMORPG to Play in 2025 for Android and iOS, Global Release and English Version. Treeverse. This game was just launched on mobile and honestly I never heard about it before. Luckily, the game is suddenly playable now and can be downloaded through the Play Store. I am pretty sure you will love to play this game because this is MMORPG no autoplay. It has a combination of survival game where we can collect some material like wood by cutting down the tree and also get some stones. These all resources are pretty easy to get, and after we can do a crafting and make a new weapon, armor and accessories. We don't have to select different classes because our main hero can switch the weapon like broadsword, staff or a sword and shield. As I mentioned before, this is no auto combat MMO, so the combat should be done manually. We can make combos by a basic attack or dodge the incoming attacks. Unfortunately, we can't zoom in on the camera angle. It has a top-down view perspective, but luckily, we can rotate the point of view. Honestly, this game needs a lot of optimization. The ping connection is not stable enough. Treeverse is the best new MMORPG 2025 no autoplay games for Android. Metal Valley. This is the best new MMORPG on mobile with NFT base, which means play to earn game. The main gameplay is inspired by a Palworld mobile, where we can capture monsters and summon them in a battlefield to help the player face the monster in the open world. The rule of how to capture is pretty simple. We should try to weaken the enemy first and reduce his HP as low as possible. It will increase the capture rate to collect a stronger pet. We can't control the pet, he will attack any enemy that we are targeting. But of course we can power up his strength. If you wonder how the game works, it has a combination of survival and crafting base. Build some factory by using certain materials and the new features will be unlocked after. Anyway, this is one of the best no autoplay MMORPG. There is a small hint icon on the minimap to pointing your next destination. With a beautiful world in greeny landscape and waterfall will be making players fall in love with the ambience. I love the concept where we can make an auction to earn some money in an NFT world. How do you feel about it? Forsaken World 2. I'm pretty sure you all know the Forsaken World because this MMO was really popular on PC. Right now the developer enhanced the graphic perfectly to the mobile platforms. It's full of sparkling effect on the equipment and how bright the ambience looks. On the Play Store, it has 4.9 stars, which is nearly perfect score we have on mobile. I noticed if the developer are really focusing on the visual, but I think they forget about how the punch level can run this game smoothly. The rendering system is quite difficult to handle, making the game look a little laggy once we move to a new spot. Everything will run automatically and the tutorial has explained clearly when we just started the game. But I highly recommend you to play manually because there is so often a hazardous attack by the boss monster. So we should avoid it without autoplay. The skill can be unlocked once we reach a certain level. All of the features will show up when we just begin the early game, like the mount system will be given freely by the developer. Best new game MMORPG for Android and iOS 2025. Draconian Rebirth of Legend. The new era of MMORPGs has finally come. There are so many PC games that are ported to the mobile platforms. I'm sure it will give a good feedback and massive players would love to play it once it launches. Even on beta testing, we have seen so many players trying to participate and the server reached the maximum player within a day. This enthusiasm really describes how the game will be later, as one of the most played MMORPG 2025. About the visual, it has 99% similarities within the PC. This version is the closest game that looks like a PC, because we have got so many Draconian games back then, and I have a feeling more veteran players will play it and keep the game existing for a longer time. The game's combat mechanism is hack and slash. It's full of action and combos. Even our hero can create a combos while the enemy is in the air, before they land to the ground. It's pretty satisfying to do. One more time, again, it reminds me of PC Draconian. Have you ever played this MMO before? MU Dark Epoch. I realize how many players really love to play this game. Let me tell you the truth, every time MMO makes a new game sequel, it always reaches a huge number of players. This is one of the most played MMORPG on mobile right now, even though the review is totally perfect. When you check on the Play Store, then you will be shocked at how many scores it gets. Yes, it got 5 stars from 43,000 reviews and has been downloaded over 1 million players. Honestly, I don't really understand why this game can reach this number. In fact, the gameplay is full of autoplay at all, and even it provides a VIP base. I have played more than 15 minutes and I reached a higher level in a short period of time. In my opinion, the reason why the player keep playing this game is, the first one is it's a free to play friendly, which I mean no pay to win MMORPG. Because I can get an epical and legendary equipment just by killing a common boss through daily dungeon and common monster as well. And the second one is the community is newbie friendly. Every time I ask about the tutorial, they all will always reply and give me the answer. And the last reason is, it's playable for any phone specification from low-end device to high-end. Draconian Saga. Finally, the game launched globally in a certain country, but surely you can freely download the game on any APK through Google. It's pretty easy to find. The game has been optimized multiple times, and right now I can feel it has a better performance and is less laggy. Good job, developer. I would like to say if this game is like a monster hunter in the MMO games genre, because most of our enemies are huge monster creatures like a flying dragon, or a dinosaurs. We can even ride a monster as our mount, with so much variety of creatures available to collect. The combat mechanism is really good and smooth, with a lot of flashy color of each skill that will attract your eyes to play it. It has an auto combat and also pathfinding that we can use as easy features to accomplish the main mission. The number of players who are playing it is quite massive, so I recommend you to adjust the number of players on the screen to run the game smoother. Draconian Saga is a new MMORPG that's available for Android and iOS users in 2025. Raven 2. This is the first MMORPG realistic graphic that come to mobile in 2025. The number of players who are playing this game is really a lot. I'm sure many of the PC gamers are playing it, because it's designed for PC and mobile, but honestly, on the mobile version, the game needs more optimization. It seems quite blurry and not sharp enough even I play in the maximum graphic setting. This game has a medieval games atmosphere by the villagers' look and the character appearance and how the ambience represent a classical medieval. It's a great idea to turn MMORPGs into this era. The combat mechanism lets the player play casually by tapping the auto actions. We can adjust the monster we wanted to hunt easily by selecting a different name on the auto features. It will help the player to grind a certain items or material to improve your hero's strength. It's full of open world and we will be able to move into a different location without any loading screen appearing, which means our pawn will need more effort to render a far view distance. The best realistic MMORPG mobile 2025. Ragnarok M Classic Zenny only. This game will be the best example of how the developer want to create a fair and balanced game, even if we all know if there is no absolute of no pay to win MMORPG on any game. But at least they try to make a better experience for free to play players by creating a Ragnarok with a Zenny only. So what is Zenny? Zenny is the only main currency we will find and able to collect easily through main mission and also grinding from the monster. It used for microtransaction to get some items on the store, equipment, leveling up the weapon or enhancement, and many more. It will give a player to expand their strategy to strengthen the hero by clearing the side mission and also daily missions. I realize how many Ragnarok versions we already have on mobile, and in my opinion, this is the best with a new idea and innovation. The rest, it has exactly the same gameplay as the other RO games. Crystal of Atlan. I can't count anymore how many times this game launched the testing beta. Surely it is more than 5 times. It seems the developer are taking seriously on fixing any issues before they decide the game into a global version. Even for me, it's totally ready and we all know, and I can enjoy the best part of action on another level. The game will have an action MMO base, which means a combination of action hack and slash and also MMORPG, so we can meet other players while in the open world, like in the village, city or plaza. But we should be ready to play in a single player mode while in combat. I'm pretty sure you will be ready to face the entire battle because we will have enough skill to cast continuously by a turn. The skills are available to reach more than 5 active skills with that numbers, making the player can create great combos and deal the enemy endlessly, either on the air or on the ground. Tree of Savior, Neverland. Tree of Savior is one of the most legendary MMORPG on mobile. If a player loves to play MMO with chibi character design, then they must have this app on his phone. The comparison between the previous version and also this current version has a huge gap from the graphic. It's way too good as a mobile platforms, even better than the PC version. It has a semi-open world base where we should move into a different area to find a different level of monster. Each of the island will represent a different difficulty level of the enemy. The game is quite newbie friendly because it doesn't focus on PvP, it's pure of peace game. We only focus on PvE or fighting against the enemy. The only thing you need to be concerned about is to keep consistent on clearing daily dungeons and never miss it in a single day, because it's really important to upgrade your hero's power. Bonus WYDM. This is a new MMORPG on mobile. If you just know the game, then let me tell you something about it. It was made for 2 years already, and finally in 2025 the game was launched globally. It's kind of a classic MMORPG. The graphics are well described on how a classical MMO should be. I think the developers need to expand to wider players because I feel like it has a high potential to become the most played MMO. Unfortunately, most people don't know if this game exists. It has a PvP base, but we need to go into a certain arena to participate in player versus player. The game's combat mechanism is really unique while we can wield our sword while riding a mount. I think this is the only MMO that allows the player to hit the enemy while navigating the horse. There are 4 classes available with a different main weapon. These all are the best MMORPG games on mobile, and I guarantee it has an English version. Remember to like this video and see you on the next list. Thanks.